on the weekend's hustings as the parties sprint toward that magic number. You know the number, 32. Once you hit 32, then you are able to ask the Governor General then to appoint the leader as Prime Minister. Now, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has given yet another clear indicator that he will soon, very soon, call the date for the general election.
My Jamaican family, the time is drawing near. My Jamaican people, you have a strategic government, a disciplined government, a government that does things systematically and in order. We don't believe in chaka-chaka, and we never, ever, ever, ever look chaka-chaka. When I put my hand out to you to shake it, you don't have to think twice. You can take my hand. You know that we are clean-hearted and clean hands, and we bring clean words to you, and we give you knowledge and information on which you can make a decision.
And that clean hands comment is both literal and figurative, I imagine, because I've seen a picture with what appears to be, let me put it that way, a leader, a political leader, with his hand down his pants, the back of his pants. So that play on clean hands, I imagine the Prime Minister means in terms of integrity, and clean hands in terms of not putting his hand down the back of his pants. Yeah? And if you notice, the Prime Minister has been taking these kind of jabs lately, you know, but he's doing it with a certain finesse. I'm not calling nobody name, but you are left in no doubt as to who he's talking to or about. Yeah. Dr. Holness was addressing a really, really big crowd at the Juliet Holness's East Rural St. Andrew constituency conference last night. And the comments come amid speculation he'll name the date for the next general election at a mass meeting in Halfway Tree on Sunday. Now, Dr. Holness told his audience that unlike others, he knows he's not entitled to any position of power in this country.
Some people behave like they own Jamaica. It's just a matter that time come for them. It's not a matter that they work for it. It's not a matter that they deserve it. It's not a meritocracy. It's just that time, the effluxion of time. It's just so. But we have never, I certainly have never behaved entitled in Jamaica. A part of the challenge that I face is that I represent a disruption, a real disruption for those persons who believe that they have an entitlement to Jamaica. You see, I don't have any Tapanaris in me. I am 100% purebred Jamaican.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness there. And as I said to Cliff this morning, it will be so interesting to see how that message plays. Yeah, that I am like you message, that they're trying to bring me down because I wasn't born with a gold spoon. I do not come from privilege. I am not one of them. I am one of you. Mm-hmm. And therefore, they're trying to attack me. It will be interesting to see how that message plays over the campaign.
And I think it's a message that he will repeat from here on. Yes. Have we heard him this forthright in his defense since this whole matter started?
No. In fact, I thought about it and I thought back, and I think the last time he addressed the matter was in September when the report was tabled in the House of Representatives. You'll recall he made a statement to the House. That's the last time I recall him frontally addressing the issue.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's the next one?
In a veiled response
to the fresh claims over the weekend about his financial affairs, the Prime Minister sought to make clear that he has worked honestly for all he has.
I have never been given anything free. I've had to work for anything that I've had. I have said it before and I will say it again. I don't know what a gold spoon looks like. It has never been in my mouth. I have no inheritance or any endowment or any trust fund anywhere. Whatever I have worked hard and honestly for it. I have never gained wealth by exploiting the people. No. So my ethic is by the sweat of my brow I shall eat bread. And that is the ethic of the Jamaica Labour Party. We work for what we have.
Dr. Andrew Holness, Prime Minister and JLP leader.
And if I could just say, Cliff, there it is again. I've never exploited the people. Mm-hmm. He doesn't call anybody's name, but those who are paying attention immediately know what he's talking about. Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of finesse I was talking about, listeners, that he's throwing punches, but he's still maintaining the office and the dignity of the Prime Minister. Yes. Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, the opposition leader, Mark Golding, he's saying that a future PNP government will bring forward the legislation to impeach parliamentarians and public officials.
Impeachment? We're going to come with impeachment. I brought the impeachment bill back to Parliament with some modifications 3 years ago, and the government has done nothing with it. And we can't pass it because we are in the minority in the Parliament. They have done nothing about it, even though it was a manifesto promise from 2016 of Andrew Holness. I dusted it off and set it up a little differently so it would cover a wider range of terrible acts.
That's Mark Golding. He says that Prime Minister Holness's legal challenge against the Integrity Commission will affect the JLP's chances of being re-elected.
It has now come out that the Prime Minister has even more legal problems. From the report reached Parliament last year, September I think it was, I said publicly the Prime Minister should take away himself. You cannot be running the country and be in charge of government with a cloud of this nature hanging over your head.
Of course, you've heard that message before, listeners. The People's National Party is obviously banking on it, whether it be that it will turn people off or draw people to the polls. That's the calculation. They're hoping that
that's their election strategy.
It will sway people. I'm not so sure. I think perhaps if we were hearing of this matter for the first time over the weekend, then I think it would be more potent. But where you've drummed it for so long, better part of a year maybe.
More than a year.
Right. I think those who were going to use it as their determining factor have already made up their mind one way or the other. So I'm not sure, but
it's what you say, it's baked in.
Absolutely. But we'll see. We'll see.
Meanwhile, MP for South East St. Catherine, the JLP's Robert Miller, says he has done far more for the constituency in the last 5 years than the opposition PNP did in the last 4 decades. Miller made the declaration at the launch of his campaign for a second term at the helm of South East St. Catherine. In an apparent jab at his opponent, Dr. Alfred Dawes, Miller says he's accessible to his constituents.
We're missing a clip there, but he was launching his campaign today in Portmore. Of course, he's going for a second term. The PNP General Secretary, Dr. Dayton Campbell, he says taxi operators should withhold their services from members and supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party on election day. And let me do. Oh, we have it. All right, let's go. Okay.
I cannot only be found on TikTok. I am here in person, accessible to my people. And we have to ask a question. Are some of us serious about representing the people at the local level? Or are we serious in our perception and our worldview of becoming a Minister of Health? I'll put that question out there, but I'll ask, what are you taking to the table? Are you taking gimmickry? Are you taking the people for granted? Can you be trusted? And I'll ask the citizens, can you trust this person to represent you? You are sure in your minds that you can trust Big Rob Miller.
Robert Miller there, the MP for South East St. Catherine. He's been beating this drum that Dawes is only in it because he intends to become Minister of Health. And so he sees the seat as a conduit to get into the cabinet, but not really to represent the people. Now, I was saying to you listeners before that the PNP General Secretary, Dr. Dayton Campbell, says that taxi operators should withhold their services from members and supporters of the JLP on election day. And I just play the clip, Bugs, because the PNP General Secretary reached out to me to say that our story needed more context because he was referencing, he sent me an article from the Gleaner where Desmond McKenzie is quoted as saying that taximen are quote-unquote evil. I didn't hear those comments myself, but that's what the Gleaner reported, and the PNP General Secretary wants it known that that's what he was responding to. But I said before, that that I saw a clear strategy from the PMP to bring taximen on side. Mm-hmm. And you know why that is. Mm-hmm. On election day, it's a key mobilization base.
Yes.
You need those cars.
Yes.
But here's the PMP General Secretary.
We are going to give them $500 a day, $2,500 a week, $10,000 a month time to send them to school. Why would anybody decide that they want to take $5,000 to vote or $10,000 to vote when you can get $10,000 every month per child to send them to school? When we say we can't them go to school, them start cuss all the taxi man them. Me I wonder if the taxi man them if you no really are going to get up election day and say you no care labor right. You know hear them say you no a thief and rapist and them something there. Run with them and election day when they come, no care nobody for them.
That's the PMP General Secretary, Dr. Dayton Campbell.
Ricardo, listeners, what is wrong with Dayton Campbell? Doesn't he realize that he's a senior member of the People's National Party and that how he conducts and reports and communicates is important? Every time you hear this man, he's shouting. He makes you cringe. Somebody inside there can get a hold of him and shut him a box and say, shut him out, or speak in a way that people can listen to you.
Well, let me say this. I think it's deliberate.
Deliberate?
I think it's deliberate. And it's clear to me that Dr. Campbell is playing to a particular gallery, to a particular base. I think as the General Secretary, he has clearly assumed that this may well come down to a base election. And therefore, he thinks that appeals to the base of the society.
No.
That's my reading of it.
No.
Tell
me that 15, 10, 20 years ago. Yes? Ordinary PNP supporters cannot like that. Cannot like that. You're disrespecting people when you shout at them like that. And he's constantly shouting. Huh? No.
Well, he says the PMP intends to show appreciation to taxi operators.
Tomorrow, our leader is going to have a link up with the taxi man them because we understand that you have to appreciate everyone in the society. Those who come from up at top, those who come from Douglas and those in between. So we are going to show our appreciation by having the link up with the taxi men who transport us daily to and from work to and from school to and from church to and from wherever we're going.
Dr. Dayton Campbell there, I believe that link up is happening in Crossroads. And of course, listeners, you would recall that this comes on the heels of the Prime Minister being in the middle of Halfway Tree and in Crossroads handing out that achievement booklet. Mark Golding will be reasoning with the taxi men. Again, as I say, a key mobilization base for election day, and the People's National Party clearly trying to win them on side. Dr. Campbell is also saying that the PMP is winning what he calls a traction war ahead of the next general election. He says the JLP is behaving as if it's the first party to campaign for re-election on the strength of its achievements.
On Sunday, we are go up a town. If them don't want call it, we are go call it. We are go up a town for Kingston and St. Andrew parish meeting, and that is the deadline for the election. So if we are going to call it, we are calling because there's no reason to delay the election. In all of my life, I listening to them, and they come with an argument that them are the first government a campaign for achievement, nothing, no go so. They were about all of them election where PJ run, when him said don't stop the progress. What was he talking about?
Dr. Dayton Campbell there, the PMP General Secretary. I don't need to remind my listeners, but I'll just say it anyway. Dr. Campbell, and nobody in the People's National Party for that matter, can call the general election. That power rests with the Prime Minister to advise the Governor General to dissolve the Parliament, name nomination day, and name the date for the taking of the polls. So that's clearly just platform talk. Yeah. The JLP's Venetia Phillips, herself a former comrade, says the party's strategy, the JLP strategy of campaigning on its achievements in office, is causing problems for the opposition PNP. Speaking in East Rural St. Andrew, she says comrades are struggling to respond to a campaign strategy that's alien to them.
Can I just tell you that the People's National Party, I said it last week and I'm going to say it again, they're frustrated. They're a set of frustrated people because they're not accustomed to election campaign like the one they're seeing now. They're not accustomed to achievements being used as the main tool of campaigning because they're used to propaganda spreading. They're used to distorting information. They are used to trickery. And remember, if fish come from sea bottom and tell us a shark down there, believe him.
Venetia Phillips. And I imagine she's the one coming from the sea bottom, that is the PNP, and telling the Labourites that shark down there. Yeah, and she's now a JLP spokesperson. For completeness, of course, the general election can automatically be triggered by the Constitution if not called. And you know that outer band is, I think, December 15th, I believe. But certainly the Prime Minister and his General Secretary have given the indication that we will not be going to the outer constitutional limit. So again, that power rests with the Prime Minister to advise the Governor General. You're going to hear more of this as we get closer and closer. A lot more will be said from platforms. We are expecting, we've been told, we understand that the Prime Minister will call the election. We anticipate on Sunday in halfway tree. So we'll have the date soon enough, eh? That's the race to 32 in bites, yeah, where we give you the sharpest sound bites, the standout moments, and the key takeaways from the weekend's hustings, yeah? We're going to have the Watchman next, Books.
Ricardo, guess what happened? I went and looked inside my mailbox, and I saw my book of achievement.
Oh, yeah? Uptown you live, man. You get it delivered to you.
Me never like this, no. Yeah, me never get my book of achievement, Ricardo.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, me get my book of achievement. But, you know, Ricardo, listening to Fitz Jackson and the other person you were speaking to.
Shane Darling.
You know, if I'm proposing for there to be what you call it now, not a recall, but what's the other proposal? Because
impeachment.
An impeachment. I would put it in law, where the supreme, the what you call it, the head of the the three judge panel at the appeals court, along oversee the procedure. They are the ones that are going to make the judgment. And the prosecution is marshaled by the Integrity Commission prosecutor.
Okay. Let me tell you something. I don't agree with impeachment for the reason that I don't believe that if there is a breach of, well, certainly if it's a criminal law, then, obviously the criminal law will take care of that. But if there are breaches of standards or ethics, I think it should go back to the people who sent the person there. And that's why I prefer recall.
But how a recall would be possible in place where it's garrison?
Well, that's just a democracy. That's a democracy.
No, but you can't.
I mean, at the very least, what would happen is that you'd have to reface the people and renew the mandate. No,
but you can't do something knowing that what the result is going to be, and then you put it in law.
No, but what you are proposing is to outsource the power.
No, it's Jamaican still overseeing.
Yeah, no, but you're outsourcing it to other branches. For example, you're including judges, you're including the Integrity Commission. I don't agree with that.
Yeah. But I can't have the same people. I can't have robbers judging robbers.
I'm more satisfied with the people. People who sent you there, they should have the final say.
Yeah, but the next thing, Ricardo, I'm having a problem. I'm questioning the Integrity Commission reason to continue this prolonged investigation in the Prime Minister. You see, every Jamaican is responsible, is have a right to probable cause in Jamaica. You cannot have a prolonged investigation. I cannot be just under constant investigation all my life for the same thing.
But my understanding is that he's no longer under investigation. They've investigated and closed the matter and sent, closed the matter and sent a report to the Parliament.
So why Jamaicans are not privy to that?
Well, they said it. They said it in their report, and we queried it, and based on their response, it was clear that they were referring to the investigation they had launched.
So why are people still talking about the Prime Minister is under investigation?
Well, that's factually incorrect.
Huh?
That's
so why
incorrect.
Is it that the Integrity Commission can come out and say, just like how they correct other things, come out and say, no, the Prime Minister's investigation is closed? Because I still hear it being used on the campaign trail.
Well, as you, I don't know if you recall, but when we did ask them the question, they said they could not come out and say it because it was now sub judice, and so they would not make any reference to it. But the fact that when we queried the reference in the report to a closed investigation and they say it's sub judice, then obviously one can infer that it's obviously the investigation that they had launched against him.
Ricardo,
and they have said in their report that
Ricardo,
is closed.
It's election time, Ricardo.
Yes.
The people of Jamaica need clarity. This is still being used out there on the campaign trail.
Yes.
It is, and I hear Mark Golding still talking about it. I hear Dayton Campbell still talking about it, and I hear the people them that listen and preach what they are saying still talking about it. It is up. It is nothing. If the case is closed, it is not something that will affect what the matter in court. So the IC have all the right to come and tell the Jamaican people that they work for that this case is closed.
All right.
It's not going to affect what happened in the court because it is already closed.
Hear you, Omalo. Thanks for the call, my brother. Willow, good evening.
Good evening, Ricardo. Chris step out.
He did.
All right. Ricardo.
Yes, sir.
May I listen to Mr. Campbell, you know?
Mm-hmm.
May I listen to Mr. Campbell? Mr. Campbell was the one who usually demonstrate against Mr. Montague for giving so many taxes, Acne and Root, right? Because they never had argue it, right? They never had argue it, you know. And I then tell me, say, we go race fall in our bus and fall in our taxi, in our car. The JLP come on board and sorry for we and give a route and give a happening. And we are heat of food. And now I want to vote. I vote him on. Tell him say it don't make sense. Him and the leader come in a road come talk, you know. Because him and the leader never have no plan for taxi, man. Yeah, they never have no plan for taxi man and no plan for bus man. Because them own friend, Colin Campbell, he tell me so we are going to raise foul tonight. Yeah, let me tell you that. So all them no come. Remember, you know, and on the JLP taxi man are rape and robber, you know. Are the people them, the citizens of Jamaica, talk about the unruly taxi man. Because you have law-abiding taxi man who in a them thing there. So Dayton Campbell so put close on him argument or keep him out because him out a fly too much and too much spit a come out of it. And all the spit will come out of it. Nothing will come out of it constructive.
All right.
Yes, nothing will come out of it constructive.
Here you will. Thanks for the call. Richie, good evening.
Good evening, brethren. I listen. That was what I want to go. Talk about impeachment bill. And he's going to remove black clause. But the black clause is what helped him cause he to be here playing politics until now, you know. Because from 6 months out, we have been calling on the so-called Intel Commission to name the elite six, and until now, this is 2 years and 3 months, and they can't name them. And they have been holding their hammer in the government with it, and Jones is one of them. And until now, they can't name them. So how is it that him come with it to know that the sixes and JLP is one, is it? No. If there's even some of them out there, if it's even true, he could one of them, you know, because that man sent his supporters to go and vote in a dead people name. And if he trusted, Margot, they can't be trusted, you know. Ricardo?
I'm hearing you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. This man cannot be trusted. But we'll move on again. Dayton Campbell. That man is straight. You know, you might be here. People call him Satan Campbell on the road now, you know. The man saying now that if they don't call election by Sunday, they're going to call it. They're not glad, because, you know, them not glad and then glad, them not glad and then glad because they know that at the end of the election, it won't be pretty for them. And two, the reason why they're glad in a sense, them want to save themselves from the stress. Me keep us what we have to him, but we have to understand this man is stressed. Yeah, stressed. Them have nothing sensible to come out and talk and tell the people. And I continue to tell them, Ricardo, say night a come, rooster come a roost. It's time then tell the people they have when they become government and start playing politics. But they're not here, you know.
All right, Richie.
They don't have one simple good plan for the country and how they do going around and dance. They go there. Them talk about it, if it them boss. Them talk about, I mean, there's so many things they talk about. We can't write a book about a thing that them playing politics. And then they understand, you know, how them doing. They're doing Mrs. Andrew Holness that him pay the man because the man take time out to study get the doctorate. Now pay the mind. And
all right, Richie.
The one have shame and stop talk. But the good thing about it, you see, the thing about it, them have find something to talk. Because they can't just lie down and play dead.
All right. Thanks for the call, brother. Errol, good evening.
Hi, Ricardo. Hi, Cliff. Cliff is there?
No, he has stepped out.
All right, Ricardo.
Yes, sir.
You remember sometime I asked you about that watchman. Did you remember to do a check for me?
I did not remember.
All right. You can do a check for me if you participate in an election some time ago.
Yeah, man, will do.
Yes. Point that I want to make, you know, Ricardo, call me cynical, but I think the Integrity Commission, along with that old lady on North Street, them do a good job, man. Them plan this thing, you know, for the Prime Minister, you know. Because them know that, you see, once you create doubt in a people's mind, it will go for the Prime Minister, you know. Because, you know, I can get an instant. I was talking to...
So you think it's having an effect?
You know, I talked to some small people. You know, for instance, when I was at church some time ago, I mentioned something come up along with the Prime Minister. And you know what one of my church brothers said to me?
What's that?
Say, you know, to say man at you. Oh, man, for go vote for a man. So I mean, into that very environment, you see it's having an effect. And well, I'm kind of worried, you know, I'll tell you the truth. Because the Integrity Commission refused from certifying the statutory thing with the Prime Minister. Where are they rolling back? So when I hear Cliff say, you know, the PMP calling out the allied, I just think that the Integrity Commission, along with the Gleaner, is two of the allied, you know. Those are only two we can recall now, you know. But I think there are two of the allied that
you think the Jamaica Gleaner is an ally of the PNP?
Yes, I think them of them segregate all over the place.
I see.
You know? And what I want to advise the public, listen and think before them go out there. Because those people do not have any plan for this country. They're only going off for gaslighting and spreading rumor and propaganda. And I want the public to think carefully and choose wisely. Choose Jamaica.
All right, Errol.
All right.
Delroy, good evening.
Hi, Ricardo. Good night. How are you doing, man?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yes, you know what I want to say, you know. I see a certain man born and grown in Northeast Sentence and leave his community, leaves everybody up there and come to Westmoreland. He said come to represent Eastern Westmoreland. On Saturday night, he was in Central Westmoreland. speaking about he gonna give good road, he gonna give water and all this stuff. So I consider he run in Northeast sentence and he get beaten by a lady.
No, it's not.
And now he run leave.
You're talking about Dayton, Campbell?
Same one, man.
That's Northwest. Northwest.
No, he gonna leave Northeast sentence.
Northwest.
To come out Westmoreland.
He's not hearing me. Northwest St. Ann. Hello?
Huh?
Northwest St. Ann.
Northwest Sentence, thank you. So now he could never fix his place in Northwest Sentence, where he born and grew. In Western Westmoreland, Daniel Lawrence, born and grew in Westmoreland. The former PM, which is PJ Patterson, used to be the member of parliament for Eastern Westmoreland. And believe me, some road that I see Daniel Lawrence doing even a better tone, White House or some place down there is history. Because you have PJ Patterson was there and never do it. You have Luther Buchanan, never do it. And now this man run leave Northwest Sentence, where he could never done. And now he want to come out Western Westmoreland, come Eastern Westmoreland, come try to feed in care for people. If he gonna represent Eastern Westmoreland, why he have to go to Central Westmoreland to go and talk what he want to do in Eastern Westmoreland? And then that was Saturday night. Then last night I hear him say again now on Sunday they're going to Kingston, and if the Prime Minister don't call election, he gonna call it. So I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't know that the law in Jamaica changed now, so the portion of the law can call election. No, I didn't know that.
As far as I know, the law has not changed, sir.
But it come like them changing the law. So
Empty
for
chat.
me, if it wasn't like the Prime Minister even want to call it, I would can sit on Sunday and watch it and see what they can do. Because he say he's going to call it if the Prime Minister don't call it on Sunday. So I don't know where they're getting out of it. I don't really know.
All right. Thanks for the call. Yes, I did hear Dr. Campbell saying that, if the Prime Minister doesn't call it on
He might
Sunday.
go call it.
Because apparently the PNP is having their Kingston and St. Andrew meeting on Sunday, it seems.
Where?
I'm not sure, but based on what he said, it seemed to be suggesting that there was going to be a meeting. And therefore, if the Prime Minister don't call it, he might go call it. Or they might go call it. It'll be interesting to see. I always wonder if it's the high, the excitement that causes people on political platforms just to say anything.
Yeah.
It's like a hit. You get a hit. Dopamine. Yeah.
It makes you drunk.
Yeah. I see. I see. Tell me something. Westmoreland has consistently, as a parish, voted for the PNP. Is it because the parish was gerrymandered at the time, or why? Why has it supported the PNP so faithfully?
I don't know. I've never really considered that. But it has voted for the PNP consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I was looking at the history.
Consistently. Yeah? And it has produced a prime minister. It has produced several cabinet ministers.
Right.
Yeah? And it's, I don't know. Like you'd ask, up until 2001, the same question of St. Ann. Yeah? Manchester as well.
Yeah.
Has voted consistently for the PNP. Yeah? St. Elizabeth tends to be split between the north and the south. Yeah? But more competitive.
The researchers, the political researchers, must study why people continue to vote for particular political parties when there's no tangible example of progress.
Yeah.
When I drive through some of these places, now let's say I was in the country on the weekend, and I wondered to myself, why would people keep supporting a political party? And this is the state of the place. Why would you do that?
Yeah. That is the barn PNP.
Yeah, sure. And I can respect that.
So the rationality of behavior is absent.
Or is it that just like the clientelism of me might get something here and there, me personally. So I'm satisfied, never mind what's happening around me.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I feel better though.
But I somehow the 25 elections will indicate one way or the other whether those traditional voting behavior is beginning to wane. Yeah, because I hear people talking more and more about what have you done for me lately? Yeah, why? Why should we continue with it? And listeners, Ricardo, I think we're going to have some surprises where incumbents are concerned. Incumbents, especially incumbents who have been in office for more than 2 terms.
Fitzjackson told me not long ago that his margin will be 5,000.
He's Fitzjackson?
Yes, he was on with me earlier. He said 5,000. I asked him.
So he's going to increase his margin from under 1,000. It's about 750.
It's 5,000.
He's going to, by more than 500%. He's going to.
That's what he said.
Well.
That's all the time we have. Dana Davey, our super producer, thank you so much. Andrew Glenn Anderson is the man behind